For many walk, of whom I have told you often. And now I tell you even weeping that they are the enemies of the cross, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. So he's telling the church now, brothers, beware, beware, and look at people who follow Christ and take them as your example, because not everyone who is in the church is walking upright. When you follow them as an example, leave those who follow the enemy. The enemy I have told you, and now I am telling you even weeping, don't follow those who follow the enemy. Those are proud. They only think of what they are going to eat. They think of their belly. They don't think of Christ. They think of when the emperor is coming and food will be given free on the streets. They don't think of Christ. They think of how they are going to be given Panadol when the emperor comes. They only think of their belly. And now, on verse 20, he says, us who are Christians, our citizenship is not in Rome. Our citizenship is in heaven. And therefore, we have nothing to praise Rome about. Ours is to praise Christ who is coming from heaven. Now, when I read this in the situation in Philip, history of the city of Philip, then what came into my mind was, okay, then this is what Paul meant. If the Romans were looking forward to the coming of the emperor, and they are saying, when he comes, our streets will be cleaned. When he comes, our graveyards will be cleaned. When he comes, those without food will be given food. When he comes, those who are sick will be given medication. And then Paul says, for us, our king is coming from heaven. He is not coming from Rome. How I wish Paul went ahead and said, when your king comes, the roads will be cleaned. But when Christ comes, we will walk on the roads made of what? God. Our roads in heaven are not only cleaned, but they are of God. When the emperor comes, the graveyards of Romans are cleaned. What happens to the graves of the saints when Christ comes? The graves will open. That is the difference. When